Most people tend to overestimate what they can accomplish in a single day, but often underestimate just how much they can transform in 6 months. That's what we're going to dive into today, how you can create real change in your life over the next 180 days. So why focus on a 6-month window? Let me explain. A full year often feels too distant to stay fully motivated, while a single month usually isn't long enough to bring lasting change. But 6 months? That's the sweet spot. It's long enough to witness serious progress, yet short enough to keep your drive and excitement alive. Isn't that something worth considering? Here's something that always catches my attention. Most people spend more time planning a short vacation than they do designing their actual lives. They'll spend hours comparing hotel reviews, but won't spare 30 minutes to think about what they want their future to look like. So let me ask you something real. If you keep doing exactly what you're doing now, where will you be 6 months down the road? Still in the same job, earning the same paycheck, dealing with the same struggles, and holding on to the same old excuses? Here's an uncomfortable truth. What you don't change, you're silently choosing. Let that really sink in. The amazing thing about a 6-month plan is that it gives you what I call a grounded sense of urgency. You don't have forever, which means you can't afford to waste time. And yet, you've got enough of a runway to make visible, meaningful progress. It's the perfect middle ground. So let's explore a few core principles for real personal growth. Success always leaves clues. What I've found over the years is that major accomplishments rarely come from doing tons of different things. They come from doing a few key things repeatedly and with intention. Mastery is built on repetition, and consistent effort leads to actual results. The first and most essential move to change your life over the next 6 months is to decide clearly what you want. You need to be specific. Vague goals produce vague outcomes. But when your goals are clearly defined, your results become easier to reach. Clarity fuels direction. When you know exactly what you're working toward, life seems to carve paths to help you move forward. Most people can go on and on about what they do want, but few can clearly explain what they do want. And when they complain about their job, their body, or their love life, but when you ask what they'd prefer, they go blank. That's why the first step must always be clarity. Here's something practical to do tonight. Grab a notebook or a blank piece of paper and describe in detail what you want your life to look like 6 months from now. Be very specific. Don't just write, I want to be happier. Instead, go deeper with statements like, I want to boost my income by 40%, read 12 books, lose 20 pounds, and launch my online business. See the difference? That's how serious change begins. Next comes your mindset, your personal philosophy. It's not life's events that shape your destiny, but how you react to them. You can't control the wind, but you can adjust your sails. That's what real growth is about. Here's what's important to understand. Success isn't some magical force. It's the result of doing the right things consistently over time. The problem is that what's easy to do is just as easy not to do. Reading 10 pages of a great book every day, that's easy, but skipping it is easy too. Saving a bit of your income each week, very doable, but it's also very easy to ignore. This brings us to the next critical factor, your social circle. The people you spend the most time with shape who you become. You are, in many ways, the average of the 5 people closest to you. Let that sink in for a minute. Over the next 6 months, take a hard look at the people in your life. Some of them you may need to love from afar, and that's okay. Some people uplift you, and others drain your energy. Your mission is to spend more time with those who raise you higher and less with those who weigh you down. It's not a complicated idea, but it does require clear boundaries and firm decisions. There's a hard truth here. Most people operate far below their true potential because they've never consciously chosen to raise their standards. They get stuck in survival mode instead of stepping into growth mode. And that makes all the difference. The fourth powerful strategy to reshape your life in the next 6 months is tracking your progress. From now on, start writing things down, monitor your habits, track your wins, and observe your learning. Even tiny improvements in your routine can create big changes over time. Just think about this. If you read only 10 pages a day, in 6 months you'll have read around 1,800 pages, or about 6 to 7 powerful books. Can you imagine how your thinking might shift after learning from 7 transformative books? Of course it will. That's what real growth looks like. Steady, measured improvement. Here's another truth that can flip your mindset. Success isn't something you chase. It's something you attract by becoming a better version of yourself. In the next 6 months, your main mission should be to work on yourself. Focus on becoming more valuable, more disciplined, and more capable. Let's talk about investment, not just money, though that matters too. I mean, investing in your own personal development. Think about it. Formal education might help you earn a paycheck, but self-education can help you build real wealth. Ask yourself, how much did you truly invest in your growth last year? Many people won't think twice about spending $100, 0 cents on dinner, but hesitate to spend that same amount on a course, seminar, or book that could truly impact their future. Strange, isn't it? Over these next 6 months, commit to your evolution. Whether it's reading, coaching, attending classes, or even finding a mentor, invest your time and resources into becoming your best self. Here's a helpful way to look at it. If someone's already living the life you want, chances are they've discovered something you haven't yet. Go find out what that is and learn from them. Success leaves breadcrumbs. Follow them. The 6th element of lasting transformation is the quiet strength of small, repeated steps. I call this the power of daily improvement. When you make wise, small choices every single day, they begin to build incredible momentum. Let's break it down. If you improve just 1% each day, by the end of 6 months, you'll be almost twice as strong, mentally, physically, and emotionally. That's the power of momentum. Many people keep waiting for the perfect time to make a dramatic change, but in truth, real success is created by small, intentional actions performed again and again. That's how greatness is built. Now let's return to the subject of goal setting. You've probably heard about it before, but let's look at it with fresh eyes. Most people don't dream big enough. They aim for what they believe they can achieve, not what they truly want. For the next 6 months, I want you to set goals that push you just beyond your comfort zone. If your goals don't make you a little nervous, they're not big enough. But here's the catch. Once you set those big goals, break them down into small daily tasks. Success doesn't come from what you do once in a while. It's what you do regularly that shapes your future. Let's shift to another key factor, your environment. Your surroundings can either support your goals or sabotage them. In the next 6 months, redesign your environment to work in your favor. Tidy up your space, remove distractions, build places that energize and inspire you. I once heard a powerful quote, "You can't instantly change your destination, but you can change your direction." That means the decisions you make tonight can set you on a new course, one that leads to a completely different version of your life 6 months from now. And when that day arrives, you'll be glad you began. It's not about having every resource, it's about making the most of what you already have. Over these next 6 months, stop fixating on what you lack. Start making the most of what's within your reach. That mindset shift alone can change your life. Let's now look at your personal standards. Your life will always reflect the level of standards you accept. Raise your standards and your results will follow. Lower them and you'll see decline in every part of life. Health, relationships, career, money. Expect more from yourself. Refuse to settle for good enough. Most people rise only to the level of what they think is acceptable. So change what you accept. And finally, let's talk about one of the most powerful tools for transformation, your habits. Your daily routines have more influence on your future than any one-time decision. Over the next 6 months, focus on building habits that are aligned with your goals. Here's one powerful idea. Wake up just 1 hour earlier every day. That gives you an extra 180 hours over 6 months. That's more than 4 full work weeks of extra time. Imagine what you could build with that. Imagine who you could become. The next 6 months are yours to shape. Make them count. Think about what you could create, improve, or learn in that time. Also, try to shift how you relate to time itself. Don't just count the days. Make the days matter. Everyone gets the same 24 hours. The difference is in how you choose to use them. When you take control of your time, you begin to take control of your future. Now let's consider one more important piece, accountability. When you know someone else is watching your progress, you tend to perform better, which is how we're wired. In the next 6 months, find someone who can help keep you accountable. It could be a trusted friend, a mentor, or a group of people working toward the same goals. Tell them what you plan to do. Update them regularly. Celebrate your wins together. Here's something interesting about people. We often try harder to avoid letting others down than we do for our own goals. Use that to your benefit. Make commitments to others that will push you to keep going. Now let's talk about something essential, resilience. In the next 6 months, you will face difficulties. That's not negative thinking, it's just being honest. The goal isn't to avoid every challenge. The real strength is in how quickly you bounce back. The people who succeed aren't the ones who never fall. They're the ones who get back up just one more time than they fall. That ability to recover is what makes the difference between staying stuck and moving forward. Another major piece in your transformation is the power of focus. I've seen this over and over again. Wherever your attention goes, your energy follows. In these 6 months, you have to lock in on what matters most. Don't waste your time on things that don't truly add value. Being busy isn't the same as being productive. Focus on what really moves you forward. Let me share something that could totally change how you move through this journey. Motivation is great for getting started, but it's your habits that keep you going when things get hard. Over the next 6 months, focus on building habits and routines that help your long-term growth. Don't depend only on feeling motivated. Count on your discipline. Motivation is like a spark. It lights the fire, but it fades. Habits are the fuel that keep the fire burning even when motivation disappears. Now let's talk about something people often overlook, the power of celebration. Too many wait until the end to celebrate, but that's a missed chance. Over the next 6 months, take time to appreciate each step, no matter how small. Progress isn't always loud or fast. Sometimes it's quiet and slow, but every step forward deserves recognition. Celebrating small wins builds your momentum and reminds you why you started. Remember this, success always leaves behind clues. If you pay close attention to people who've done what you want to do, you can learn from their steps, read what they've written, listen to their advice, go to their events if you can. Over the next 6 months, become a serious student of success. Study those who've already done what you dream of doing. Growth starts with you. If you want your life to be different, you have to change first. If you want better results, you must become a better version of yourself. Don't hope for life to be easier. Hope to become stronger. Don't hope for fewer problems. Become the person who can handle more. That shift in mindset is what transforms everything. Another important part of growth is giving, because let's be honest, success without giving back can feel empty. Over the next 6 months, find ways to support others. Offer help when you can. Add value wherever possible. The more you contribute to others, the more value you create in yourself. Here's a truth most people don't realize. Your income usually grows in direct connection to your personal development. If you want to earn more, you need to become more. In the next 6 months, invest in yourself. Learn something new. Improve how you think. Build new skills. Expand what you're capable of. That's how you become more valuable, not just at work, but in life. Many people believe others are ahead because they're more gifted or lucky, but that's often not the full story. Most people forget the strength they already carry. Over these next 6 months, stop comparing yourself to anyone else. Compare yourself only to who you were yesterday. That's the only race that really matters. Become a little better every day, and you'll go further than you think. The next key is decision-making. High performers make decisions with confidence and stick with them. People who struggle usually take too long to decide and then change their minds too soon. In the next 6 months, learn to make decisions quickly and boldly. There's power in committing fully. Every choice you make today plants a seed for your future. Make sure they're seeds you want to grow. Here's another powerful way to look at it. Success isn't some far-off destination. It's a path you walk day by day. For the next 6 months, just keep walking in the right direction. Don't try to be perfect. Just keep making progress. That forward motion is what leads to results. Even small progress creates momentum. Keep moving and you'll see how far you can go. Now think about gratitude. Gratitude can turn what you have into more than enough. In the next 6 months, build a habit of appreciation. Write down 3 things you're thankful for every day. That's 540 moments of gratitude. Here's the amazing part. What you focus on grows. The more you notice the good, the more good you'll find. Be thankful for how far you've come. Be thankful for what hard times taught you. Be thankful for the future that's still unfolding. Let's be real. Change is part of life, but growing from it, it's a choice. In these next 6 months, choose growth, choose strength, choose to keep moving forward, even when it's not easy. The power is in your hands, and the best time to make that choice is right now. 6 months from now, you'll be in a different place. The question is where? That depends on what you choose to do today. Your habits, your mindset, and your daily actions will shape your outcome. Hope alone won't change anything. You have to act on purpose. Right now, you've got a chance to do that. You don't need perfect timing. You just need to start, even if it feels messy or uncertain. The gap between where you are and where you want to be is filled with steady action. Start today. Whether you push forward or stay stuck, the 6 months will pass either way. So ask yourself, when those days are over, what story will you be telling? Make these next 180 days meaningful. Make them count. Make them stand out from every stretch that came before. When this time is up, you'll have one of 2 stories. One of action and change, or one of delay and disappointment. The choice is yours. Everything you need to build a great life is already around you. The information is out there. The tools work. The chances are real. The only thing left to ask is, are you ready to move? Start today. Not next Monday, not when you feel more prepared. Begin now. Apply what you've learned. Take action on what inspires you. Stay consistent and see how your life begins to shift in ways you never imagined. Life will always meet you at the level of your action and vision. Settle for average and that's what you'll get. Expect excellence and new doors will start opening. Over the next 6 months, ask for the best. Don't accept anything less than your full potential. This time can be better than any chapter before, but not by luck, by effort, by discipline, by choices, by courage. Step into your strength. Lead your own story. The next part of your life is waiting.